So could you please shortly describe your character?
So Anna is the new girl at school. She's recently just moved over to the UK from America.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she's quite fresh at school, and she's just sort of developing her friendship groups and like sort of where she kind of is in all the little groups that sort of happen at high school especially. So yeah, she's kind of like the intriguing new girl, I guess, to the school.
And what excites you personally about this role?
I think specifically with this role, it's quite a challenging film, just because it deals with social taboo and a topic that isn't spoken about, or a lot of people don't feel comfortable talking about. Yeah, just in debate, it just makes people feel uncomfortable. So I think as an actor, that was something that definitely appealed to me. You know, getting to get my teeth into something like that and explore it, and try and understand something so complex was definitely what interested me quite a lot about the character.
In what case mostly do you resonated personally for you, and as for an actor, what was like the most challenging part for you to play it?
I think what resonated the most with me is that feeling of, we all can feel this to a certain level, but that feeling of feeling other or feeling misunderstood, especially within a kind of school kind of structure as well, where everyone's trying to fit in and find who they are. I think the film's quite clever in the way that it tells the story, and in that it's told in a very human way that I think more people will connect with it than maybe they would think, like, after watching it. They probably would. If they knew what it was about, it's hard to say because it's the way that the film is set up. But like, if people knew about the subject of the film before going in, they would probably have their wall up and not want to connect, or not feel like not expect to connect with it.
And as you mentioned, the main story of the movie is quite shocking and challenging. So why do you think it is an important story to be told?
It's important to just have that conversation, and I think it's important to be told and to have some light thrown on it, because it is actually more common than you would initially think. People are constantly being discriminated, or people are constantly being marginalised, and generally as a society we try to kind of look at that, fix it, move forwards, and this is something that sort of hasn't had that development, I guess, or it sort of just hasn't been looked at in that way. So I think it's important just to have that conversation, because it's not something that is being looked at. And I think it's also, it's a valid, very valid, it's so hard to say without saying it, it's a very valid thing that happens to people, and unfortunately, because it makes people feel uncomfortable, there isn't funding going into the services to help people. So in terms of therapy and research as well, there just aren't the funds going in that way to look into it. So yeah, that's why I think it's just important to have the conversation.
Why would you recommend to watch this movie to those viewers who didn't watch this yet? So mainly the main ideas.
I think I would watch it to challenge myself, it really provokes, it's really thought provocative, I think, and but surprisingly relatable, and yeah, I'd just watch it to try and expand your thought a bit, and to try and empathise and understand something that otherwise you may not have even thought about.